Hello, digital nesters. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to watch our future features.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng patnubay at gabay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
Approve na gabi po sa inyong lahat, mga kaibigan. Ako si Elaine Fuentes at inaanyayahan ko po kayong samahan nyo kaming muli at syempre, tulungan kayo. Sama-sama po nating tuklasin ang mga pamaraan tungo sa mga palatuntunan, proyekto o programa ng gobyerno, maging ng mga pribadong ahensya at organisasyon na ginawa po naman para sa ating kapakinabangan. Nais naman namin ibahagi din ninyo ang inyong reaksyon at suggestion, opinion sa ating email at fan page na naka-flash po ngayon sa inyong mga screens. Makilawak na kaibigan dahil ito'y programang para sa inyo. Dito walang alinlangan dahil dito ituturo namin ang mga pamamaraan. Ito ang approve. Gawin natin to. Hindi ko na matandaan kung sino ang nagsabi, pero isang matalinong tao ang nagbahagi ng karunungang ito. Mahirap alamin kung saan tayo pupuntahan kung hindi natin inaalam kung saan ang ating pinanggalingan. The same applies yung ating ethnicity. Tayo mga Pilipino, mahirap bang ikilalanin kung sino ang Pilipino? Pagka ba nakabahag, yun ba ang Pilipino? Kapag ka ba may headdress, yun ba ang Pilipino? O yung Pilipino ba yung nagdadrive ng magarang kotse dito sa Kamaynilaan? Sino ba ang Pilipino? Yan ang ating sasagutin at yan din ang ating tatalakayin ngayon. Paano ba natin malilinang ang pagiging Pilipino na magkakaiba ang mukha dahil magkakaiba ang kultura pero tinatawag pa rin Pilipino. Indigenous peoples po ang ating topic ngayon at hindi ka po exempted dito dahil kung ikaw ay Pilipino, some part of you came from one ethnic background. Baka nga, marami pa. Kaya tutukan po ang ating episode for today, for tonight, magbabalik ang Approve.
Health is our most important asset, and it should always be a constant effort to seek ways to take care of it. That includes professional medical help from the best available. The Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated is known as one of the most specialized centers in medical services, backed by several experienced physicians in Chinese medicine. At an accuracy rate of 98%, countless patients who visited Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated have already been treated and cured.
Marami ko ospital na napuntahan, pero wala ring nangyayari. Somebody introduced me to Manila-Beijing Medical Associated. After 2 treatments, gumanda ang pakiramdam ko.
My friends introduced me Manila-Beijing Medical Associated, and luckily, I got cured. So I sincerely want to thank the doctors of Manila-Beijing Medical Associated.
For the past 30 years, ang dami ko nang na-take na mga gamot. Nothing happened to me. So until one my friend introduced me to Manila-Beijing Medical Associated, you know what? All my illness was cured.
For any health problems or incurable diseases, you can visit Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated, located at 843B Sabino Padilla Street, Binondo, Manila.
这里是非中新闻台 CNTV，
我是 Candice 感陈静宇。
And my name is Ricky 孙凯。
我是您的新闻主播 Wesley Chua 蔡南中。
我是您的气象 buddy 真诚陈金霄。
我是您的新闻主播 Henry Chang 邓启能。
我是您的新闻主播潘伟莲 Michelle Pan。
我是您的气象 buddy 德安阿斯丹陈洁瑜。
Mayor Marcy Chodoro of Marikina City. I am 1 with 25.
Agila Balita, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 7:30 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga.
Matatagpuan sa maraming sulok ng ating bansa ang mga indigenous peoples o mga katutubo. Sila ang mga taal ng mga Pilipino na naninirahan na sa ating mga isla bago pa man dumating ang mga Kastila at ang mga Amerikanong mananakop. Maraming mga pagkakataon na hindi na pagtutuunan ng pansin ang kanilang kalagayan, lalo na ang kanilang karapatan. Sa mga malulungkot na pangyayari ay naisasantabi ang kanilang kontribusyon at maaari pang maging kontribusyon sa kabuuan ng ating bansa. Isang foundation ang binuo taong 1996 upang matutukan ang mga karapatan at mga polisiya na mangangalaga sa mga indigenous peoples sa buong bansa. Ito ang TEBTIBA, Indigenous Peoples International Center for Policy Research and Education. Ito ay rehistrado ng Securities and Exchange Commission ng ating bansa bilang isang non-government organization at binubuo ng mga volunteers. Ang TEBTIBA o Indigenous Peoples International Center for Policy Research and Education ay isa sa maraming organisasyong nais na tumulong sa ating mga katutubo at ipakita sa kanila ang kanilang kahalagahan sa ating bansa. Pangunahing tinututukan ng TEBTIBA ang pagbibigay ng tamang impormasyon sa magkabilang panig sa mga katutubo mismo at sa mga taong nakapaligid sa kanila. Pinibigyan daan ng TEBTIBA ang dialogo sa mga stakeholders upang isulong ang mga polisiya at developments na makakabuti una na sa mga katutubo at sa kabuuan ng ating bansa. Sa gabing ito makakasama natin ang TEBTIBA o Indigenous Peoples International Center for Policy Research and Education sa Aprub. Ako si Ellery Husay at Aprub sa amin, ang organisasyong ito.
Special episode today because this is our first offering for this new year 2018. So let me first greet you a very happy and hopefully a very prosperous new year. Ang ating pong topic for today ay dapat malapit sa puso ng bawat isa sa atin because if we really want to know who we are, we have to focus attention to the topic for today because this will help us. Yung mga hindi alam kung saan ang galing at kung ano ang pinanggalingan, mahirap matukoy kung saan tayo pupunta. Kaya let me have the honor of introducing our guest for today, si Attorney Jennifer Tauli Corpuz, otherwise known as Miss Jing.
Good morning.
Yes, okay. Ng Indigenous Peoples Rights Program. Siya po ang coordinator. Pero tawag din sa iyo, TEBTIBA.
TEBTIBA ang pangalan ng organization.
Okay.
That's the short name. Pero
Okay.
ang long name is Indigenous Peoples
Okay.
International Center for Policy Research and Education.
Okay, yung TEBTIBA.
TEBTIBA na lang.
Yes, kasi mas madali at saka mas
Yes.
medical. Let me start by asking you, bakit TEBTIBA?
TEBTIBA is an indigenous word. It's an
Okay.
Igorot word. It
Okay.
means discourse.
Okay.
Because normally, when we make decisions in the community, we have to talk among ourselves
Right,
first.
right. Ito yung
Oo.
parang town hall.
Yes,
Noon.
exactly. Oo.
May konseho.
Yes.
Okay.
Hanggang
whether,
ngayon.
yes, whether it be tawag dito sa harvest,
Yes.
or dun sa mga nangyari sa paligid, o kung
Exactly.
merong conflict within the tribe or the community,
Exactly.
yun ang pinag-uusapan. So, TEBTIBA, it's a very fitting, tawag dito, term
Yes.
para dito. Discourse. Okay. Marami na tayong naririnig no, about indigenous peoples, ganyan. At alam din natin na tayo ay signatory doon sa UN movement
Yes.
para mabigyan ng kahalagahan ang mga karapatan ng indigenous peoples. So what makes or is TEBTIBA different from the others?
From other organizations, we have a strong focus on international work, but also bringing it down to the local.
Okay.
When you said na we are a signatory to the international instruments, in fact, leader tayo.
Wow.
Oo, noong 2007, si former Chief Justice Davide, he was the one who led the adoption of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples.
Wow, okay.
Oo,
The
so-
former Chief Justice,
Yes.
Davide. Okay.
Oo.
Now, ang Tebteba is it's not a part of the government.
No, it's not. It's a non-government organization.
Okay. How did it start? Who started it?
It started in 1996 by our current executive director, who is also the UN Special Rapporteur on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples.
Okay.
UN appointed.
Wow.
Oo. So,
so international ang kanyang identity.
Yes, ang kanyang profile. Oo, kaya the national work is left to us.
Right. Okay.
No, but in 1996 kasi the world was starting to pay attention to indigenous peoples kasi nga maraming mga abuses ng rights.
Right.
And the United Nations wanted to make it right, no? So that's when they started negotiating this declaration.
Okay. Now here sa Pilipinas, sa ating maliit na sulok ng daigdig, this is especially essential because of the variety of the nature of the indigenous peoples here. Considering that we are one nation, pero I'm not a scholar, pero I know that there are many, how do you call it? Cultures?
Yes.
Okay.
Many different cultures, ethnicities.
Ethnicity, okay. Tapos, dahil sa the changing of the times, sila yung madalas na sasagasaan.
Yes.
Okay. And because of the changing of the times also, and dahil sa, kumbaga parang majority, sila yung nagde-draft ng law, kailangan ng indigenous peoples ng representation and a voice.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so this is one of the mission, vision, goal, objective ng Tebteba.
Oo, one of the main missions yan.
Okay.
Maganda ngayon kasi accepted na yung concept ng indigenous peoples mandatory representatives. So lahat ng sanggunian, merong isang indigenous person dapat.
Yes.
Pero ang kulang natin sa Senado at sa Kongreso. We need more
Even
indigenous.
in Congress, don't we have a party list that's supposed to represent indigenous peoples?
There is one,
Just
IP, only one.
Okay.
And that's represented around 15% of the population. Di ba? Masyadong konti
Sobra.
lang. Oo.
Marginalized of the marginalized.
Yes.
Okay.
Meron din naman from Cordillera, for example, majority indigenous doon where I'm from.
Yes.
So yung mga
you're
congressmen.
from the Cordillera.
Yes, I'm Igorot.
That's why you have this, and I love it. The jug, I love it. Okay,
Thank you.
continue please.
Yes. So they are indigenous, but sometimes not necessarily advocating for indigenous people's rights. Although we have a few, like Congressman Teddy Bagilat and a couple of others.
Okay. Now, that's representing the indigenous peoples, the workings of the government.
Yes.
But also, when I mentioned yung boses, kailangan silang bigyan ng boses. Although meron na rin na supposedly by law, kinakailangan may representation sila doon sa pinaka-grassroots ng ating yung first unit ng ating government. But still, no, isang example lang, not too long ago, this is in the 1990s, wala pa si Tebteba, 1990, 1991, nung pumutok si Pinatubo. Ang unang-unang tinamaan dyan ay ang ating mga kapatid na Aita. And unfortunately, there was no program whatsoever in place to take care of them. So, helter-skelter yan. Natapon sila sa 4 na sulok na galing sa Pinatubo, may northwest, southeast. Kasi nga walang programa for them. And even after yung rehabilitative process from the Pinatubo explosion, hindi rin masasabi na may particular focus sa kanila.
Exactly.
And now, we have come to realize that our indigenous peoples, in my opinion, I think, isa ito sa magtatahi sa atin to complete us as a nation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yung forefront mission ng Tebteba, bukod dun sa mga napag-usapan natin, because that's a given, ano yung core mission ninyo to push the agenda of the rights of the indigenous peoples?
Well, when we talk of a human rights-based approach, it's not just the government paying attention to the rights holders, no? It's also the rights holders being able to articulate what they need.
To know what their rights are.
Exactly. So it's to empower the indigenous peoples para
I
sila
love that
mismo.
word, empower.
Yes.
Yes. Para sila mismo.
Yes.
Pagka mayroong aksyon o event na contrary or sumasalungat or lumalabag sa kanilang rights, sila mismo yung pwedeng magsabi, ay, no.
Yes.
No, that should not happen. Okay. So this has a lot to do with educating.
Yes.
And inculcating yung rights sa indigenous. How are we doing this?
Well, A lot of our work is actually, since we are a research and education institution, marami kaming trainings na kinoconduct.
Okay.
Last year, meron kaming series, this is for Indigenous children and youth.
Okay.
Kasi it's good to start them young, di ba?
Yes.
So pag young pa lang sila, and this way, pati yung mga mali sa kultura nila, pwede nilang mabago. So they can articulate if there are things wrong with their culture, pwede nilang sabihin sa nakakatanda. At you know naman, mga bata mas dynamic, no? Mas may energy.
At saka kasi it's easier to write on a blank board.
Yes.
Rather than try to erase it muna and then write on it.
Yes.
So in a lot of instances, and this is not just about Indigenous people, na pag sinimulan mo yung mga bata, kahit dito sa mga, ang tawag dito, mga informal settlers natin, malaking impact na sa mga bata mo sinusunod. Because when they go home, they question what is not right at home. And then, the parents start thinking.
Exactly.
So, parang ganito rin dito.
Exactly. Ganun na nga. So, some of the issues are arranged marriages. There are some Indigenous tribes that still practice.
And even child marriages.
Yes. Yeah. But now, when we asked the children, okay ba ito sa inyo? And they said, no. So, what are you going to do to change it? So, they said, we'll start a dialogue with elders.
Right.
So, yun yung gusto namin, na empower hindi lang yung mga leaders na matatanda, pati yung mga bata. To express.
Okay. How do you fund yourselves? Because research entails cost.
Yes.
It entails a lot of resources. So how are you able to fund yourselves?
We have several funders, hindi lang isa. Most come from developed countries.
Okay.
But a lot of our funding also comes from the United Nations.
Of course.
Oo. I mentioned yung training for Indigenous children sa UNICEF yon, United Nations Fund for Children.
Right.
Tapos meron din kami for women, looking at violence against Indigenous women. Ano din yon, UN Women.
Right. And have you touched on the essential roles of women in the community? Because this is not monopolized by Indigenous peoples, but unfortunately, mas rampant because culture.
Yes.
But in our society, for example, in NCR, where hindi naman masyado marami ang Indigenous peoples, may ganyan pa rin. Merong difference sa men
Gender
and women,
roles.
ganyan, o yung equality. Sa Indigenous people, may ganito rin. But the thing is, mahirap ito because this is tradition and culture passed on from generation to generation. And of course, there will be resistance. Sasabihin nila, kultura namin yan. Hindi nyo pwedeng buwagin yan. So we go back to the research.
Yes.
Because when you back your argument with research, mas malaking batting average mo na manalo ka.
Tama.
So, how do you go about it?
One of the key components of our work is biodiversity and climate change.
Alright.
So, yung isang research na ginawa namin, we looked at the roles of Indigenous women dito sa pag-maintain ng biological diversity, yung halaman, ganyan, yung mga animals. Tapos nakita namin ang laki ng role nila.
Yes.
Oo, so just the mere documentation of their role at yung ipapakita mo na ang laki ng role nila, nakaka-empower yun for them eh.
Right.
Oo. And change is best done pag galing sa loob.
Yes.
Oo, kaysa yung i-impose mo, di ba? That's violence eh.
Right.
So ito, the women were able to articulate kung ano yung kailangan nila, kung ano yung dapat para sa kanila. So, yun.
I like what you just said, and I think ating mga viewers ay nagustuhan din yan kasi it's a proven, it's not anymore a theory, it's a principle now na the most effective change is the change that comes from within. Huwag na nating palawigin pa ito at pa-complicate. And even as an individual, you know, you can have all the influences around you, but if you are resisting change, dent lang yan.
Correct.
Pero when the change is from the inside, kahit nagsusolo ka sa gubat, meron mas malaking mangyayari.
Tama.
Okay, my next question, ma'am, is this. Ito yung sticky part of it. For the most part, may mga Indigenous peoples tayo where their cultures are so precious to them and so dear to them that they think kapag ginalaw or nag-impose ng change, parang nasi-threaten yung the ethnicity itself. So ano yung mga steps na ginagawa natin dito? And then, of course, you are saying biodiversity, diversity in general, because you can live side by side with them without conflict.
Yeah.
Pero bago mo sagutin yan, we have to take a short break. Siyempre, bitin-bitin muna. Babalik po kami, wag kayong aalis. Interesting topics when we come back.
Health is our most important asset, and it should always be a constant constant effort to seek ways to take care of it. That includes professional medical help from the best available. The Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated is known as one of the most specialized centers in medical services, backed by several experienced physicians in Chinese medicine. At an accuracy rate of 98%, countless patients who visited Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated have already been treated and cured.
Marami po ospital na napuntahan, pero wala ring nangyayari. Somebody introduced me to Manila-Beijing Medical Associated. After 2 treatments, gumanda ang pakiramdam ko.
My friends introduced me Manila-Beijing Medical Associated, and luckily, I got cured. So I sincerely want to thank the doctors of Manila-Beijing Medical Associated.
For the past 30 years, ang dami ko nang na-take na mga gamot. Nothing happened to me. So until one my friend introduced me to Manila-Beijing Medical Associated, you know what? All my illness was cured.
For any health problems or incurable diseases, you can visit Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated, located at 843B Sabino Padilla Street, Binondo, Manila.
Welcome to the garden. A world that recaptures the value of life, creating your moments, kindling your passion, worth reliving over and over. This is your world, your life, your garden.
Agila Balita, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 7:30 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga.
Very interesting topic. Malalim ito because kahit basta Pilipino ka, hindi pwedeng Pilipino kung musbong ka na lang dyan. May pinanggalingan ka. There will be, pagka DNA ka, may ethnicity and may ethnicity roots. At dahil part mo, yung, you come from one ethnic group, you have to be aware of what's happening for them. Ikaw, kaibigan, iba yung tinahak ng buhay mo, but there are brothers and sisters who remain doon sa tawag dito, yung parang medyo purest pa. And they don't have any less rights than you do. As a matter of fact, because of the status in life that they have, may special focus pa. Because of the way that they are and the way that they live. And you should be one of the people na pumoprotekta dito sa mga karapatan na ito. Because pag hindi mo pinoprotektahan yun, part ng sarili mo, hindi mo rin pinoprotektahan. So going on
Yes.
with our discussion, my hanging question was, usually may resistance yan eh. Right. In any society naman, pag may change, usually may resistance. Much more so kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin, kultura, tradisyon. Because for a lot of our indigenous people, this is their full identity. And if you as much as touch it, medyo may konting ano. So how do we go about this?
Well, hindi naman siguro. No culture is static naman, di ba?
Yes, exactly.
Pero tama ka, the indigenous peoples tend to change slower. Kasi nagkikling pa sila dun sa mga makaluma, sa mga dati. Although, kapag napatunayan mo naman sa kanila na hindi na maganda yung isang paniniwala nila, nagbabago din yan.
Right.
And it
Because
goes,
thinking, human being.
Yes, exactly. And it goes down dun sa sinabi ko rin earlier, na ang mga tao, they change, they're more receptive to change kapag yung mga miyembro nila sa loob yung nagsasabi.
Right.
Yeah.
If one of them.
Yes, if one of them, oo.
Mas relatable.
Mas relatable, tapos mas papakinggan. I mean, of course, may resistance pa rin sa simula, kahit saan naman, di ba?
Kahit naman kayo lang sa inside within lang din, may resistance pa rin. Okay. But do we have mechanisms, because through the help of the international community, because ethnicity is not monopolized by the Philippines, there are a whole lot of ethnic groups in different countries, and because the United Nations has deemed it very important, isa sa mga essential factors ito that we should, what is the right word? Preserve, nurture, ano ba? Asikasuhin. Okay.
I think nurture is good.
Nurture is good. Okay. meron tayong mechanisms that we have learned from the other implementers.
Yes.
And there have been communities which have been more successful.
Right.
Or mas ahead lang siguro sa atin kasi nauna sila.
Oo.
Na integrate. There is an integration, but at the same time, may preservation.
Yes.
Okay. What are the main mechanisms that we have put into play to make this happen?
Well, one siguro, the main thing sa ngayon is the preservation of the right to self-determination. Big words, big words. But ang history kasi ng indigenous peoples, it's ang hallmark niyan yung imposed change sa kanila.
Yes.
If you recall, yung meron tayong National Commission on Indigenous Peoples ngayon, pero dati ang pangalan niyan, Commission on National Integration. In other words, pinupuwersa mo yung mga IPs to be like everyone else.
Right.
Yeah. So ngayon, what we want to give them is space. The main mechanism is space para sila mismo makapagnilay, makapag-isip kung ano yung gusto nila.
And that's what self-determination specifically is talking about. Okay. Kayo yung mag-determine what's good for you. Okay. And then let's see how that's going to play out with the other communities. Pero kayo mag-decide.
Yes.
Okay. Eto, I hate to ask this question, but this is begging to be asked. Politics come into play. And I'm talking about external politics, as in the national thing, or even the ILG.
Yes.
And then, of course, there's politics within. Okay? Kasi yung the leadership of the indigenous peoples, intact yan eh. Whatever process they have, like meron yan sa seniors, may mga elders, meron dyan hereditary, kasi angkan-angkan, ganyan. How do we balance that?
External and internal politics, actually. Actually, grabe yung tension ngayon between external and internal politics. Because as I mentioned earlier, may Indigenous Peoples Mandatory Representative. Parang practically sanggunian member yan.
Okay.
And usually, pag sanggunian, hindi nila tatanggapin ang no read, no write, maski very respected sila sa community. Kasi
even
you have
though
to
they
write.
have the authority.
Oo.
Okay.
So, in general, ang kinukuha dyan yung mga educated. So, papaloob na sila sa politics ng local government.
Right.
And then you have the traditional leaders, so may tension kaagad yan.
Right.
Pero we find na it's best kapag may dialogue. Unang-una, dapat may connection yung mandatory rep doon sa community, alam pa rin niya yung kultura, imbibed pa rin. Tapos, basta may avenue for dialogue.
Okay. Nasa usapan talaga eh, no? Lahat talaga na pag-uusapan, no?
Oo, lahat nadadaan sa mabuting usapan.
At isa pa yan, may mga mechanisms din like you mentioned early on in the program, sabi mo yung may process kasi bawat ethnic group, no? Yung nagka-council sila, ganyan. And for different indigenous peoples groups, meron silang kakaiba. Meron silang, merong kinalaman sa weather, may kinalaman sa buwan, or may kinalaman, di ba? Ganun. Okay, may kinalaman sa, may sakit si chief, ganyan, kinakailangan pag-usapan to. And then, of course, may process tayo as a national. Tapos, eto na ngayon yung sinasabi mong mandatory representative. And I don't envy his job.
Yes. Di ba, you're bridging two worlds.
Right. Tapos wala kang ang accomplishment. Ano ba, nakausap mo na si national government, nag-succeed ka dyan, nakausap mo to. Hindi ka nag-succeed. Ultimately, failure pa rin yung mission mo. So, ano ang training nitong mandatory representative na ito na gumigit na sa dalawang pwedeng nag-uumpugang bato?
Well, unang-una, ideally, in an ideal world, meron tayong rules kung paano piliin sila. And there are supposed to be local selection guidelines developed by the leaders.
Right.
So, ang assumption
kasama
mo doon...
sa self-determination.
Ang assumption mo doon, rooted sila sa kultura kasi may local guidelines So, ang problema mo na lang dapat, pagdating nila sa sanggunian, how do they adjust to the life of the sanggunian. So, ang ginagawa ng government, nag-conduct ng trainings, paano gumawa ng resolution, diba? Paano gumawa ng ordinansa.
Process, procedural.
Oo.
Okay.
Because the assumption is they are rooted in their culture. Ngayon, ang problema, hindi totoo at all times. Kasi nahahaluan ng politika.
Yun.
Oo.
That's why I had to ask that question. Yes.
So sometimes, although I have to say may checks and balances din.
Right.
So pag may problema with the representative, pwedeng pumunta sa DILG pag hindi in accordance with the local selection guidelines. Kapag may problema sa ginagawa niya, may mali, kumbaga pumapayag siya sa proyekto against the wishes of the community, pwedeng pumunta sa NCIP.
Ayun.
To question yung authority.
Okay. So, may proseso na rin. May countermeasure na tayo.
Meron naman.
Okay. Now, we've been talking about this extensively, no? Na-touch na natin yung mga pinakamalalaki na kumbaga parang obstacles dito. Now, what we have to talk about next is the operationability of all those things that have been taken care of at yung mga things that have to be taken care of through programs and projects and activities and of course through the participation of every all. Nating lahat. Hindi pwedeng sila lang. Meron silang expertise pero meron tayong kinakailangan ng manpower at saka yung thinking power natin at saka yung efforts natin to make this successful. And I have to say this in behalf of the whole nation, if they succeed, we succeed as a nation because natalo natin yung archipelagic, ang tawag dito?
Divisions.
Oo, yung divisions natin. But if we are one in what we want and what we know, wala yan, physical, geographical lang yan. Okay lang yan. Kaya kinakailangan asikasuhin natin to be one in mind and in heart as a whole nation. Tanong natin kay Attorney Jing, anong gagawin natin? 2018 na! Anong sabi ni Weng? 2018 na, te! Ano mga gagawin natin sa mga indigenous peoples natin? Yan ang sasagutin ni Attorney Jing ng TEBA, Indigenous Peoples' Rights Program, at siya ang coordinator dito. Siya ang may karapatang sumagot dito. Kaya huwag kayong aalis, magagalawin yung remote control mo, magbabalik pa rin po kami.
Is our most important asset, and it should always be a constant effort to seek ways to take care of it. That includes professional medical help from the best available. The Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated is known as one of the most specialized centers in medical services, backed by several experienced physicians in Chinese medicine. At an accuracy rate of 98%, countless patients who visited Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated have already been treated and cured.
Marami po ospital na napuntahan, pero wala ring nangyayari. Somebody introduced me to Manila-Beijing Medical Associated. After 2 treatments, gumanda ang pakiramdam ko.
My friends introduced me Manila-Beijing Medical Associated, and luckily, I got cured. So I sincerely want to thank the doctors of Manila-Beijing Medical Associated.
For the past 30 years, ang dami ko nang na-take na mga gamot. Nothing happened to me. So until one my friend introduced me to Manila-Beijing Medical Associated, you know what? All my illness was cured.
For any health problems or incurable diseases, you can visit Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated, located at 843B Sabino Padilla Street, Binondo, Manila.
Hello everyone, I'm Senator Manny Pacquiao. I'm one with 25.
Aguila Probinsya, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 11:30 ng umaga hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali.
Ang sarap nung pinag-uusapan natin, kumbaga nakakabusog siya. Oo. Okay, napag-usapan na natin, Attorney Jing, yung from the international community, and now here, yung applicability dito sa ating sariling environment, and then the things that we needed to take care of in order to accomplish the mission.
Yes.
Now, we are here sa portion na titingnan natin yung future. What we need to do now in order to accomplish yung mga tasks at hand.
Yes.
And, ang haba nung litanya ko kanina na, we have to do this. Pero the best person really to say that is attorney. Okay, what are the programs, projects, activities that we have for 2018? Yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, napakaganda yung tanong mo. I was thinking about it during the break. Kasi nga, alam mo, ang trend ngayon sa international tsaka sa national, parang tama na yung rights.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for 30 years.
Yes.
Parang let's talk about practicalities, how to fulfill the rights, di ba? So ngayon, sa dealings namin with our communities, after all the trainings na binigay namin sa kanila, it boils down pa rin sa kung anong maitutulong na konkreto sa community. For example, gusto naming i-enable ang mga komunidad na ipagpatuloy yung practices nila protecting the environment. Kasi yan yung culture nila kaya lang, ang lakas ng pressure Ang lakas ng pressure, paminsan, napipilitan silang mag-uling, magputol, kasi kailangan nilang paaralin yung anak nila. So in the end, ang hinihiling nila sa amin ay livelihood activities. So ito, merong mga dumagat dyan sa Antipolo, for example. Nag-uuling sila kasi nga wala silang resources So, para hindi sila mag-uling, nag-ano sila ng soap, nag-propose sila sa amin ng soap making. Yan, ganyan. So, sinuport namin yon. At minamarket na nila yung soap nila. Okay naman, kumikita sila. Oo. Tapos, yung mga partner communities naman namin sa Davao, sa Tagum, ano naman, kakao. Oo. Tapos,
Ano ba yung kakawate?
Hindi naman, kakao.
Hindi, meron kasi silang masarap doon na Europe is looking into it.
Yeah. Oo, ito din.
Yan ba yun? Okay, sige.
Oo, they're processing it para maging, pang-export.
Yes.
Yan, mga ganyan. Tapos yung iba naman, yung mga traditional occupations nila, like weaving. Parang,
Uy, gusto ko yan. Gustong-gusto ko yan because, you know, di ba, Weng, nag-travel na tayo all over. Ang una sa mga hinahanap ko talaga is yung gawang kamay. Because there are so many, for example, sa weaving na lang Iba-iba yung identity niyan. Iba-iba rin kung papaano. Tapos, yung artwork mismo, for example, sa Marawi, ngayon lang to lumitaw talaga yung okir.
Yes.
Sa Marawi. Akala ko weaving din sa Marawi, hindi pala okir. Na yung okir, sa pandinig pa lang, ukit.
Oo, tama.
Diba, inukit sa hardwood pagkatapos nilalagyan nila ng mother of pearl. And then their particular design is only for Marawi. Now imagine, you want to preserve culture, that's culture.
Yes, exactly.
You want to preserve identity na tie up din yan sa culture, that's it. Gusto mo ng livelihood, pinag-aagawan kaya isang bracelet na dito probably you'd buy, dito na sa Manila, mga 300, 350. Dalhin mo sa New York or sa any fashion hub. That's going to cost hundreds already.
Exactly.
So kung magagawa natin yon, ito talaga siya. Ito yung solusyon.
Yes, sana. How do they, it doesn't sound very good, parang i-monetize mo yung culture, but at the same time, that's the reality They need the resources. So for example, meron kami isang partner dito sa Lake Cebu. Diba? Mga Tiboli. And they are the only weavers of the tinalak cloth. So what they're trying to do ngayon, gumagawa sila ng parang collective trademark, and this mark is supposed to guarantee yung quality ng cloth. Ayun, meron silang code of conduct, napaka-komplikado. Oo, yung pag-maintain nila ng standards. Tapos apparently, yung mga Tiboli pala, ang designs nila come from dreams.
Yeah, I know. And so that's why every pattern is unique.
Yes.
Pagka binili mo or binigyan ka, kasi they love giving it to you also, to honor you. Pag binigay nila sa'yo, in the whole wide world and in every generation, that's the only one of its kind.
Yes, exactly. Kaya dream weavers ang tawag sa kanila.
Sila pala yun, mga Tiboli. Okay. Tapos yung kanilang dye na ginagamit is also natural. Talagang ginigiik nila yun, pinipit-pit nila yun, pinaiinit, pinakukuluan nila yon. Tapos pati yung kanilang yung fabric mismo, they do it. So, when you want to push the identity, you want to put the Philippines on the map, there are so many ways of skinning the cat. And when you talk of the Philippines, it's really hard to pinpoint. Ano ba talaga Pilipino? Si Pilipino ay nasa Makati, may kotse.
Sana hindi.
Diba?
Well, that's one aspect.
Yeah,
diba?
si Pilipino ba ay yung nasa call center? Pero si Pilipino ba ay itong nakilala ko sa Sulu, na gumagawa ng banig, na may pattern din, na bulag na siya. And she doesn't even know kung anong taon na siya. Kasi sa kanila palang culture, ang markado, ang markahan ay, kailan ka ba pinanganak? Nung tumumba yung malaking puno ng mangga kasi may bagyo. Walang calendar.
Exactly. Lolo ko ganyan.
Ganon. Wow.
Wala siyang
birth
date.
Ito malayo yun baba yun Kayo sa itaas. So may pagkakapareho pa rin.
Yes,
okay. Don't you find that fascinating? Na kung ano-ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo diyang mga nobela? Puntahan niyo yung mga storya ng mga ninuno natin, mga indigenous peoples natin. Totally fascinating. Okay. Now, speaking of fascinating, part din kasi, we want to educate the indigenous peoples about their rights so that they can assert.
Yes.
Okay. But at the same time, we have to educate us.
Yes.
Okay? Para to reinforce it,
Yes.
to empower them, and at the same time, to educate the general population also that, yeah, you're Filipino, but this is no less Filipino than you are. And if you want respect, you have to give respect. Hindi porke nakabahag
Yes.
at iba yung damit at nakabalot ang ulo, mas lesser human being na siya.
Tama.
Do we have steps about that as well?
You know, ang mga children ko kasi they're all very young, nasa elementary, and I've been looking at their textbooks. I think malaki ang improvement. So I think the DepEd is doing a good job.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I mean, of course, they need more support kasi meron silang mga ibang department orders, recognizing Indigenous curriculum, mga Indigenous education framework, pero hindi pa fully implemented. So they need more support for that. Yun lang, paminsan may makakatch ka, for example, dun sa amin sa Cordillera, na ang mga Aita ay galing sa Cordillera. So,
ouch!
May mga ganong mga mistakes, pero they're well-meaning, and I think madali namang i-correct. Pero I think the best way to educate other people is through education.
Right.
And
dynamic interaction.
Yes.
You know, when something is strange or different, parang meron ka agad some sort of either aversion or takot. Okay, dalawa lang yan. Parang, tapos yung iba naman, ayoko yan. Diba ganon? Pero once you start talking, once you look into the eyes, and once you laugh, you share a joke, it becomes different.
Right. Tama,
so,
tama.
di ba, parang leveling field siya eh. Na parang, dito ako, yung mga ninuno. Like, for example, you, I can tell whenever you mention Cordillera, there's some pride in it somewhere. You don't have, hindi mo kinakailangan maraming salita.
Yeah.
Just we say, like, from us, yung from Cordillera, like I am. Like, always there is that. And yun yung siguro dapat na ano din, yung general attitude.
Right. Alam mo, grabe na ang connections ngayon. The road systems are becoming better. So in the Cordillera, we have Sagada. And many people go there.
Place, yes. You want to escape? Let's go to Sagada.
Tapos ito si Wang Od. Have you heard of her?
Of
The tattoo
course,
artist.
the tattoo artist. Yes, yes.
So that's one way of exposing other people to the culture. Pero sana nga nakikita nila yung culture, not just the commercial aspect. Which isn't bad, by the way.
Right.
Diba? Kailangan din yun.
It's actually very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Tapos yung, because some places in the Philippines have been looked into and some places have been declared as World Heritage Site.
Yes.
When we say World Heritage Site, it's not the national government who declared it. It's put there for the whole world to acknowledge that, look, may ganito.
Yes.
Okay? And nag-expand na yan, hindi lang World Heritage Site, kundi may mga
intangible
category.
cultural heritage.
Yes. Wang Od.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi napaka-unique. How old is she?
She doesn't even know.
Exactly. And then that's all she has done.
Her entire life.
That's all she knows. And when she was brought here in the Philippines, although there was controversy there, but I tend to look at the good side of it. She gets tired, yes.
Yes.
Pero pag nakapagpahinga na siya, go siya uli.
Yeah.
Because that's her.
Exactly. Even in her age, ha?
Yeah.
Sa village, ganun din naman siya eh.
Really?
It's not any different from what she does in the village.
Okay.
I mean, nandito lang siya sa Manila.
Right.
Tas,
Geography lang nabago.
Oo, ang nabago. Oo.
Okay. Now, let's talk about, kasi kanina pa ako imbita dito sa mga viewers natin. I have to join in. And tanong nila ngayon, sa kami magjo-join? Anong gagawin namin? Ano ba meron? Attorney, sagutin mo yan.
Well, pwede silang email, pwede silang tumawag.
Alright.
Meron actually kaming maliit na office dito sa Quezon City, dyan sa Matalino Street.
Okay.
Siguro ipa-flash ang details.
Of
ko na lang
course,
later.
yes. Naasikaso na yan na Miss Wang. Naka-flash na ngayon actually.
And we actually organize mga exposure so that some people who are interested can be exposed to the culture ng mga Indigenous peoples. Kung mga law students, meron din kami mga internships for them to handle cases or to go to this on-site and see how the communities live.
Okay. So, integration, ano?
Yes,
Immersion pala,
integration.
immersion. Okay. Doon naman sa mga, may mga tao kasi that I don't have anything but I have time and I have the passion. May space ba sila? Okay,
oh,
so
definitely may space. Volunteers are always welcome.
Yes, yes.
Oo.
What do they have to do? Do they have to have certain qualifications?
No, not necessarily. Basta gusto nila.
Okay.
Oo. As
Gusto
long
nila.
as gusto nila.
Age?
Wala rin eh.
Wala rin.
Kasi we've had some who were, well, not in their, di ba?
Yeah.
Mga
Not in the
older.
anymore.
Oo.
Not in the calendar. Yung
Yes.
iba naman ay
Oo.
sumasampa pa lang sa kalendaryo.
Marami ring mga bata.
Okay.
Oo.
Do we have a calendar for the whole year that kasi for example, kasi ako busy ako ng ganito pero ganitong time, meron akong libre na 2 weeks.
Oo. Well, as needed, parang per request. So we get requests and we ask the persons kung kailan sila available. Tapos we work around. Kasi mga IPs naman, nandyan lang sila sa community.
Yes.
Oo.
They're living their lives.
Exactly.
Okay. Question again. Kanina binanggit mo na merong isang textbook or something from the educational institutions na mga Aita galing sa Cordillera. So there is definitely a need. There is still some sort of vacuum, no? Although it's not so big anymore.
Yes.
Yung to get them in touch, it's hard sometimes dito sa Manila. Kasi pinakamalapit na Indigenous peoples dito, mga Aita.
Yes.
Okay. But there are so many.
Yes.
Halimbawa, may grupo ako, meron akong like youth group, o kaya active ako sa community sa barangay, or active ako sa educational community, but not within the system, but working hand in hand with the system. Can we ask your group to be our resource?
Definitely. It's what we do.
Okay.
Oo.
So, pwede kaming, ma'am, kailangan namin ng kailangan ng lecture ng ganito. We need to know more about our Philippine fabrics.
Definitely.
We can.
Oo.
Okay. Do you charge?
Of course not.
Okay. I had to ask kasi sabi na,
public
mahal.
service. Oh, public service.
Okay. Now, doon sa mga, of course, you need experts also.
Right.
And there are people who can contribute.
Yes.
Okay? Pero baka hindi nila alam na kailangan pala yung expertise nila. Can you name some expertise in certain fields that you can use?
Yes. Well, mainly, of course, research is one thing. Kasi we always want to know what the situation is. Kasi before you can prescribe a cure, kailangan alam mo kung anong problema.
Diagnostic muna tayo.
Yes.
Okay.
O, tapos, yung iba naman, kung merong mga may skill sa marketing, alam mo, ang konti lang ng mga indigenous peoples na may skill sa ganyan.
Correct.
Oo, so kung merong mga may skill sa ganyan, then we would appreciate it. May mga young people na lumapit sa amin, parang ino-offer naman nila yung parang, ano ba to? Online selling, e-marketing.
Right.
Ganyan. So, very welcome yan sa amin.
Okay.
Oo. Yan.
Sa legislation, because
yes.
There is a huge impact kapag pumasok sa legislation yung mga pangangailangan natin. Sa legislation, what do you need?
Well, volunteers.
Okay.
Because, last year, if you remember yung Bangsamoro Basic Law, alam mo malaki ang impact niyan sa mga IPs eh.
Yes.
So talagang tinutukan namin yan. We were in the Senate and in Congress, pabalik-balik kami in Metro Manila traffic, ha?
Yes.
Ngayon, kung meron
ang lapit pa naman ng dalawang legislative natin.
Kung may mga volunteers who can help, well, syempre, one aspect is to analyze the text, the proposals, the legislative proposals, but also samahan yung mga IPs because one of our philosophies, we don't want to be speaking on behalf of yung mga directly affected IPs, so we fund them to come here or they find their own funding to come here. Tapos kailangan lang silang i-assist para pumunta sa Congress, sa Senate.
Okay.
So yon, that type of legislative work, parang political officer.
Yes.
Political
liaison.
officer. Liaison.
Maganda yung liaison.
ganyan.
Another one. Ito yan yung for legislative that we are going to push for.
Yes.
How about legislation that's already there na hindi lang nai-implement? What kind of help do you need?
Well, advocacy is always appreciated kung merong mga volunteers who are really good in advocacy work. Kasi once it passes through the legislative, ano na yan eh, executive na yan, implementation.
Na yan.
Oo.
Okay.
So we have to go through the
So we need to let
governance.
the people know, including the implementers themselves,
Right.
na ito yung dapat yung i-implement. Because sometimes kasi sa sobrang dami din ang inaasikaso, like for example, in Manila.
Yes.
Okay? Ang daming mga illegal settlers, and of course the traffic is there, and of course the flooding is there, and then crime is there.
Yes.
pagka merong isang grupo dyan ng indigenous peoples that are, they had to move and uproot and then move here, parang napupunta sila sa bottom shelf.
Right.
So, but if there are advocates na sasabihin, uy, teka lang sandali, hindi naman to less eh. Ilagay mo rin yan. Okay, nasikaso na si traffic. Kasi hindi natin to. So, ganun ang...
Exactly. Prime example, mga badyaw.
Yeah.
Diba? Marami sa kanila na display. Actually, mga ayita din mga dumagat from Sierra Madre. Right. We find them sometimes in pockets dito sa Metro Manila.
May pockets talaga, that's true.
Oo. So, what people did was to call the attention of the SWD kasi sila yung welfare organization,
right.
Diba? And NCIP, and a program was developed. But first, you have to let the authorities know na merong ganitong problema.
Right.
Diba? So,
when we say authority, for example, sa Manila, example natin is Manila, the mayor has to know.
Yes.
Okay. At the least, the councilors have to know.
Yes.
Lalo na kung nandun sa distrito nila yun. And also, the congressman has to know because there are instances nag-uusap si local government at saka si representative into Congress. And when they work together, especially, may mga instances din na ganyan, si congressman pala yung nag-author nung batas na yun. Tapos, doon siya sa district na yun, doon mismo hindi na-implement. So, pagka di ba? Pag nagkausap sila, ay, teka lang sandali, oo nga naman pala. So, may voice na kagad.
Yes, exactly.
How about the indigenous peoples who happen to come here? Well, let's say yung mga more aware, like yung mga nakapag-aral, what can you do for them when they're here in Manila? And you're, arm's reach lang kayo eh.
Oo. Well, you can provide linkages.
Okay.
No? Kasi usually pag nandito kami, katulad ko, indigenous person na nandito na sa Manila.
Sinabi na naman niya. Proud na proud talaga siya. Cordillera, okay.
Tapos, di ba, nandito ako. So more or less, aware ako yung pasikot-sikot. And that's information about kung paano yung pasikot-sikot. That's a valuable thing para sa mga bagong salta dito eh. Right. Yeah, so, well, they can get in touch with us to help.
At sabi nyo, tanong ng mga viewers naming minamahal, paano nga, ito na nga po, ibibigay po namin uli sa inyo ang contact details ng Tebteba, including yung phone number, at saka yung email na pwede nyong tawagan, at saka yung website nila, and everything else that you need to know. But for now, I wish we had more time, but we don't. As usual, bitin na naman. Gawin na nga natin ito kasi 2 oras. Okay, bitin na naman. So I'm going to give you, Attorney Jing, a couple of minutes to address the audience because you can speak not just because you're a lawyer and this is your advocacy, because you are one of the indigenous peoples and you are one of those who are really proud of where you come from.
Yeah.
And I envy you. Because ako, ang tawag nga sa akin, mongrel eh.
Wow, well, most of
Mixed eh. Mixed eh. Mayroong kapiraso doon, meron sa abroad pa rin. But ikaw, you know definitively where you come from. So, speak for the Cordilleras and speak for the indigenous peoples dun sa ating mga audience.
Yes. Well, katulad ng paulit-ulit na sinasabi ni Ma'am Elaine, ang mga indigenous peoples ay hindi iba in terms of yung karapatan nila at pangangailangan nila. Kailangan natin silang pakinggan, kailangan natin silang bigyang pansin, sapagkat para maging maayos ang kalusugan ng buong katawan, ay kailangan maayos ang kalusugan ng lahat ng parte ng katawan na iyon.
Exactly.
Tama ba?
I couldn't have said it any better.
Right. Kapag pinangalagaan natin ang karapatan ng mga katutubo natin, ay marami na rin tayong indirectly pinapangalagaan. Ang isa, yung cultural diversity ng bansa natin. Dahil dyan tayo nagiging vibrant, dyan tayo nagiging interesting sa mga tao kapag kamayaman ang ating kultura. Pangalawa, ang pangangalaga ng kapaligiran. Marami sa mga katutubo ay nandun pa rin, living close with nature, ika nga. At meron pa rin silang mga sistema ng pangangalaga ng ng kalikasan na napapanatili yung kalusugan ng kalikasan na ito. So kapag binigyan natin ng pansin ang karapatan ng mga katutubong ito, pinoprotektahan din natin yung ating kalikasan. And finally, siguro, paminsan kasi may tendency na tingnan ng mga katutubo na na problema, na may problema sila, kailangan tulungan, ganyan. Pero sa totoo lang, paminsan, hawak nila ang solusyon. So for example, itong malaking kinakaharap natin ngayon na climate change, marami sa kanilang mga practices, kultura, ay nakaka-solve, nagbibigay solusyon sa climate change.
Right.
Kaya hindi lang sila may problema, hindi lang sila kawawa, kundi hawak nila ang susi sa ilang mga problemang malalaki na kinakaharap natin.
Right. I agree with you 101%. Lalo na dun sa tungkol sa kalikasan. Short story lang, no? We're almost out of time, but I have to say this. Nung na-displace yung mga katutubong Aita natin dito sa Pinatubo, apektado si Subic. Eventually, the Subic was turned over to the Philippines. Tayo na nag-aasikaso niyan. Ang ginawa ng gobyerno, courtesy of, I think, si now Senator Gordon, i-deputize niya yung mga kapatid nating Aita to take care of a certain preserved part of Subic. And although may tour, pero siya yung nagsasabi, ba't ka nagtapon ng candy? Ganon. And when we arrived there to cover the whole situation, kasama naman namin yung from the SBMA, may gate, merong ganun lang, kawayan lang naman. So tinaas niya. Tumati ngayon. I don't know if I remember correctly, yung pangalan nung katutubong Aita, Maximo yata, or basta gano'n matapang yung pangalan niya. Alam mo, papanain niya kami talaga.
Oh my
Kasi sabi niya, hindi ito trabaho lang. Because we are nature.
Right.
You destroy nature, you destroy us.
Tama.
So if you're going to destroy nature, I'm going to fight you.
Tama.
Ganon yung affinity nila sa nature. Unfortunately, more than us, who know only, urbanidad, yung nandito na. But sila, may affinity yan pag may namatay na puno, pag merong nagkasakit yung mga hayop, they feel it more deeply than we can.
Yes.
Tayo, as long as andyan yung mga grocery, nakapackage yung mga meat mo dyan, okay ka lang, di ba? Sila, pag may nakita silang namatay, halimbawa dun sa may, sa palausa, na hindi naman pinatay, namatay lang, may sakit, nababother sila.
Yes.
So I agree with you 100%, and I could not have said it any better. Thank you, Attorney. It was a very enlightening episode for us here.
For me also.
At saka sa kanila din. Sali na kayo mga kaibigan. Narito na po, i-flash natin sa inyong mga screens ang contact details ng Tebteba Foundation ay naalagaan nila Indigenous People's Rights Program. At ito ay naka-attach kay mothership, kay United Nations. So hindi tayo nag-iisa dito. Attorney, thank you very much.
Maraming salamat
And
din.
good luck.
Thank you.
And we hope to hear from you again.
Definitely.
Sabihan nyo lang si Miss Weng kung may maitutulong kami sa information dissemination or whatever. Gusto yung ibitahin si Miss Weng, pwede rin.
Oo.
Sama niyo si Miss Ella.
Kung ano man ang maitutulong namin.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you din.
Okay, mga kaibigan, natin po nakasama Attorney Jennifer Tauli Corpuz from the Cordilleras. Siya po ang coordinator ng Tebteba Foundation at ito ay may kinalaman sa, hindi may kinalaman. Talagang ang kanilang main purpose of existence ay ang Indigenous People's Rights Program all over the Philippines. Maraming salamat po ulit, Attorney.
Maraming salamat din, Ma'am Elaine.
Alright, and mga kaibigan, we'll be right back.
Eagle Broadcasting Corporation not only provides news and entertainment, but also fulfills its social responsibility through clean-up drives, blood donations, medical mission, livelihood seminar. Eagle Broadcasting Corporation into its 50th year.
Agila Balita, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 7:30 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga.
Walang grupo po na nagtagumpay, naging matagumpay, nagsucceed, at naipush ang kanilang agenda dahil nagkabahabahagi sila. We have to unite as a nation. Kung hindi man dahil sa dugo, dahil sa ating ethnicity. Pag sinabi nyo, ang hirap naman nun, marami kasing ethnicity, maraming indigenous peoples dito sa Pilipinas eh. We don't have to look alike, to feel alike, and to think alike, and to believe alike. We just need to get to know each other. I hope ito po ang mensahe na na-impart sa inyo ng ating episode for today. Maraming salamat sa Tebteba Foundation na nag-aasikaso, isa sa mga nag-aasikaso sa ating mga indigenous peoples. At pag sinabi nating indigenous peoples, yun lang yung makikita mo. Obvious na sila ay may ethnicity. Pero ikaw, ako, galing tayo sa kanila. So we are concerned. Wala na po tayong oras, kaya approve na isang oras kasama kayo. Tandaan, ito po ay programang para sa inyo tuwing Martes ng alas 8 ng gabi. Kami po ay inyong makakasama. At your service, ako po si Elaine Fuentes at ito ang Aprub. Gawin natin to.